AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, pressure you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
No, folks, don't worry. You're not confused. It's not NXT night. It's AEW night, and it is time for Wrestling with Savage. We're here live with Gilch, Jay, and of course, Dynamite's coming to you live from none other than TBS. Not TNT, where they originally started. 3 years later, their first international show, the first time they're crossing the border, and it's going to come to you live on TBS. I just want to make sure that's loud and clear, folks. And of course, here's a screenshot of Miro that they're going to show you in the video trailer for Dynamite. But was Miro on Dynamite? No, Miro wasn't on Dynamite. And this is the part of the show that I'm going to call Savage's Corner, where we're going to get into my intimate feelings about what's going on in my world for wrestling this week. And Miro deserves more. Miro should be the one that was destroying Pac tonight, not Orange Cassidy. That's a fucking joke. Fuck you, Tony Khan, and fuck your father, too, for fucking dropping a load into your mother. I mean, I'm so pissed at you, bro. So pissed at you. You come on fucking Busted Open every Wednesday, and every Wednesday, it's Tony time. It's Tony time. And then what do we get? 30 minutes of the most predictable fucking interview that I've ever seen in my fucking life. You're like a fucking robot on there. You say the same things that you're literally tweeting about all fucking day. You do nothing. Nothing productive except fucking ignore talent and push your mark fucking likes, and it's you're letting your fandom get in the way of your business decisions, and that shit is fucking brutal to watch live on fucking TBS. You couldn't even keep the show on TNT.
Tell them how you really feel, Savage.
Damn, bro. How's everybody doing, man, on a fucking Wednesday night?
It's Wednesday night. You know what that means.
It's funny, I got ambient music on now. I wasn't being too ambient right there. Too calm. Jay, what do you have to say? You have anything to say about my opening statement on a Wednesday night?
To say something, but I want to say, first of all, shout out to all the new people that are watching. Shout out to the people that show love. I have blasted NXT show throughout all day, all afternoon, because that is the shit, and I want everybody to watch the show. So if you're watching, thank you, show the love. Appreciate it. Going back to you, I don't know if that was a Savage Corner or a Savage Beatdown.
Damn.
That's how I feel about it. I don't know. There was a lot of profanity there.
At the very least, yeah. It was savage. It was savage. It was.
It was my take, man, because that's how I feel about the fact that we're pushing. No offense against Orange Cassidy, man. He deserves his flowers too, and he's put in a lot of work. He's got like 68 wins. You know what I mean? He's 3 years, no titles, whatever, fine. But the fact that talent like Miro, Darby Allin, I mean, I can keep going, man. There's a lot of names I can name.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about this at length. I mean, I know he's definitely not Jay's favorite wrestler, and I don't think he's anyone's favorite wrestler. But the merch sales are through the roof, and you know that's what they care about. The crowd is still into it, so I think we were all kind of pretty sure that he was going to get rewarded with this title.
I mean, are the merch sales there? I don't see a lot of orange shirts when I go to the shows. Do you?
I used to see a lot more. I think right now you only have like the one.
I mean, I think it's more about those YouTube clicks because he's definitely got that. So, I mean, yeah he's got that appeal.
I mean, you'll get the one or two token kid who wears the whole jean jacket and the whole getup. Aside from that, I don't really see it throughout, so I don't know.
Well, AEW was live tonight from the Coca-Cola Center in Ontario, Canada. Renee Paquette is going to join the AEW team. How do you guys feel about that? That took us by, like, surprise. Some shots of her right there holding up the mic, introducing us to Dynamite, welcoming us to Dynamite. And then Christian Cage comes right out, asks him how it feels to be back in Toronto. He says he's the face of the city and the country of Canada. I'm going to go ahead right now and guarantee a victory tonight. It's 100%. It's like the Maple Leafs losing in the first round, guaranteed kind of 100%. His right hand of destruction comes out, and we're going to get a match with Luchasaurus versus Jungle Bull. Did I say Jungle Bull? Oh, that's a cool name too, Jungle Bull. No, Jungle Boy. What did you think of the Renee pop and just the news in general? And then, of course, are you excited about this Christian Cage match? Or not? Well, it's his match, but he's not wrestling in it.
The Renee pop in the beginning, I was like, oh, this is cool. But I didn't really put that much stock in it until I seen her do the backstage interview segment. What a fucking difference between her, and it makes those interviews well and they flow. She keeps them on point. She's good.
She's got so much experience.
She's so good. Well, that's a big, as far as the interviews alone, that's a big get for them.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Jay?
Well, it's like two sides to a coin. It's a good pickup by AEW, but I feel 100% it's a bad decision on her part to join.
Okay. Why do you think it's a bad decision?
Just what's going on lately in the past month or so and kind of what we've seen going on there. I just don't think there's great management going on there, and I don't think you should work for a place that can't get everybody in order or in check. And especially with her caliber, I'm also a fan of the Sessions shows. I don't know if you guys watch a podcast. I'm a big fan of that. And
Is that her podcast?
A woman with her status, I don't think she should be put in a place where there's bad management, period.
Yeah, but she probably got a lot of leeway to do whatever she wants.
Oh, she's got a lot of leeway.
Because she's a big personality, like you said. She's not just like some girl that is replacing anybody. She's coming in. She has her own brand. She obviously has her own podcast. I knew she had one, but I didn't know what it was called. I don't watch it.
It used to be Oral Sessions.
Yeah, Oral Sessions.
It used to be Oral Sessions until Max Caster did a nice rap and said, your wife is waiting for me to give me some oral sessions. So she changed the name of the show after that to something Sessions, something like that.
I wonder if he said something to Max Caster about that.
Funny.
Could there be some real heat right there between Max Caster and Dean Ambrose? Dean Ambrose? John Moxley. Anyway, let's get into the match. Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy. Jack Perry. Jungle Boy trying his best to basically chop down Luchasaurus, who was working on his legs, but eventually the strength of Luchasaurus would just catch up as he takes control of the match. This takes us into our first break. Back from, we see Jungle Boy dodges a spear from Lucha, sends him into the ring post. Jungle goes for the suicide dive. Lucha counters with a choke slam on the apron. Nope. Instead, Jungle Boy with a Hurricane Rana counters and slowly sets up the beautiful sunset flip over the top rope, sends Lucha through the table. At this point, guys, Jay, what were you thinking about this match? I was actually enjoying the match. There was great, obviously, storytelling, long-term, build-up, and I like the fact that the match played out for a long time before Mr. Cage decided to start getting involved. So we got a lot of TV time out of these two, and I thought they both came out on the other side looking a lot better than they went looking in. Especially Lucha. Lucha finished fucking strong, which I'll get into after you tell me your thoughts on the match thus far that you were watching.
Well, I'm gonna go to the whole Christian Cage segment. I thought that was pretty cool with the Maple Leafs little shot right there.
Yeah.
I had the crowd going. The crowd was electric in Toronto. It started off great, even with Renee Paquette, so I was feeling it. I thought the match started good. Storytelling, I can't agree with you 100%. It's just the same story, and I don't think it's really going to go anywhere. We kind of seen that the past month. We even saw it live on Grand Slam. Overall, the match has some good spots. I'm not going to lie. There was just one spot I was kind of dangerous and said, holy shit. That was the part where, Jack Perry decided to do the reverse Hurricane Rana, but it looked like Lucha really went slowly. I don't think that's how you're supposed to go.
Well, he's a big guy, yeah.
And it looked like he just landed on his head with his neck. So I really thought he was like really, really out when Excalibur was saying, "Oh my God, he's really, really out." I really thought so too. That was a dangerous spot, and you know, you and I saw one last night with Nathan Frazier. So that was a really scary spot. Overall, the choke slam, you know, all the right hand when he banged on the ring post, Jack Perry working on that. But you know, we see the interference. This is why I said this is where the storyline doesn't go anywhere. And you and I have seen this interference in Grand Slam, like I mentioned. And, you know, it's just the same old, but it was a solid match. And I'm going to go 2.5. I'm going to go 2.5 on this.
All right. Let me finish this up, and then we're going to go to Gilcher's thoughts. Cage eventually makes his way ringside, gives Luchasaurus some time to recover. Comes up with a big offensive slam cover and a kick out. Luchasaurus moments later hits a huge choke slam. We get a cover and another kick out from Jack Perry. Jungle Boy with a beautiful, beautiful crucifix on Lucha. He kicks out. Jungle hits the nasty reverse Frankensteiner, Hurricane Rana, whatever you want to call it. To me, it looked like a reverse Frankensteiner, though that's the spot you were talking about. And I think Luchasaurus was okay only because he's super strong. So he was able to use his hands to just stay a little bit enough above the mat to not crack his fucking head on the mat.
So wait, he's supposed to just go real quick, right?
Yeah.
Real quick into the roll?
Into the bump, yeah.
Yeah, so he has to go...
Yeah, but usually most guys are pushing off the person's fucking calves or their ankles.
He didn't push as much.
I think what he did was he didn't hold on to his legs. And he just went straight over into like a roll, and then he just used his hands to break the fall so he wouldn't break his fucking neck. But long-term, match-wise, that spot, like in yesterday's match, remember they had that big botch moment, but it didn't matter at the end because you still gave it a 5-star yesterday. This match wasn't a 5-star, but I'm going to give it a 4-star. The reverse Frankensteiner was great, and then he hits the kill switch. We get the cover and the kick out, making Luchasaurus look like an absolute monster. And Jungle Boy was really working on this guy, trying to break him down so he can make him tap out with that snare trap. He locks it in. Lucha tries to fight out of it, makes it to the rope. Jack drags him back to the middle, but Christian Cage is there, and like the perfect heel he is, he's holding on to Luchasaurus' hand, helping him out. Lucha then with the colossal chokeslam off the top rope, and then his version of the Death Valley driver. Lucha picks up the win, man. 4-star. I liked it. It made Lucha look strong. It made Christian look like a great heel manager, and Jungle Boy came out shining because he got, screwed. It wasn't a fair loss. Gilch, what did you see?
I can't go 4. I mean, I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
Like Jay mentioned, a lot of repetitiveness. Like, just put these guys in some kind of fucking gimmick match already and end this thing. Whether you want to make it like a modified Hell in a Cell or fucking something where one guy just kills the other and we're just done with this, because the buildup has been so much that we often complain about the lack of long-term storytelling.
This is over.
This has been way too long. We're done. It's over. So
super over, and not over in a good way either. Not the way we want it to be over. I'm giving it a 4-star only because Luchasaurus won the match. And I'm in favor of making him look stronger. It makes sense. It looks real. I believe it, because look at Jungle Boy and then look at Luchasaurus. Let's be honest. Jungle Boy can be a world champion one day. But, when you look at these two guys comparing them, Luchasaurus looks like the superior human. It looks like he'll destroy him and maybe anybody that gets in his path. And Christian Cage did mention that he is going to make, on commentary, he said this on live TV, he is going to make sure, guarantees, Luchasaurus is going to be a world champion. And I fucking believe him. Because right now, the way Christian Cage is looking, I see the next Bobby the Brain Heenan in Christian Cage. Smart, intelligent, a weasel. He's like weasel-like, man. He has weasel-like qualities. So, I love Christian Cage. I love all his work ever since he arrived in AEW. Can't say the same for WWE, okay? I mean, in the beginning, yes, but we know what I'm talking about, all right? We all know. Let's get into the interview, all right? I didn't even show all the people the pictures. Real quick, Jay, are you upset that next week Dynamite's going to be on a Tuesday?
No, my loyalty is to NXT 2.0, period. So that's where I go. That's what my loyalty is.
Yeah, but I go to the ratings, and my ratings say AEW is where I go.
Oh, does it? And tonight's show did it for you? It got you the ratings high and 1 million?
I don't know. We have to
900?
wait till the end of the show and see how many people are watching. Here you see all the destruction in the match. The spot through the table was good. I like the match. It's one of the better matches in the night that you're going to get. It had a little bit of everything. Overdue storytelling, like Gilch mentioned. Just super long-term storytelling. Hopefully, is this the finale, though? That's what I want to know. Is this the finale? How much longer do you think this is going to go on, Jay? The Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus
Till Christian
saga.
Cage and Jungle Boy finally have a match.
When do you think that's going to be Full Gear?
Who fucking knows? I don't even know when Christian Cage will be ready.
They announced Gilch Full Gear is going to be a 2-night event now. You're going to have Rampage on Friday night and I believe Full Gear on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I know that. They've been selling combo tickets for a while too.
Did you buy them yet or no?
No, I have. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go.
I don't blame you.
I told you I gotta be in Manhattan for some like cartoon play, like Bluey play for my kid, and then I'm like, do I want to really go to Newark? It's like 4:00, and then Newark after that. I'm like,
That's a long day.
I might attempt Rampage because you can get individual tickets, not the combos. So
Yeah.
I'll see what prices are like as it gets closer. The prices was stupid when it went on sale. So, but like all their events, you just wait, and usually you're gonna see like 60% drop like the week of the event.
I value my life, so I don't know how I feel about it. But Stokely, Ethan Page of The Firm with Matt Hardy, Private Party. Tonight we're going to have a match with the contracts on the line. Apparently it's not going to be tonight. They're trying to get a match for Rampage. I think they fucked up. Did they say tonight? Is that why I wrote it?
Did they?
I don't know. I think they might have fucked up and said tonight, and then I think the Private Party got cut off by Matt Hardy, and then he just started talking. And basically, the bottom line is Ethan challenged Private Party, and if they beat Page, Private Party is free of their contracts. But if they lose, the Firm now owns Matt Hardy's contract as well. Do we have any interest here? Is this going anywhere? Let's be real. Tell me how you really feel about the Firm right now. Especially after watching how MJF bitched them out. I mean, we're going to get more into that later, but MJF pretty much bitched out Stokely tonight. Told him he's got 2 strikes.
I got no way. I have no idea where this is going. I mean, they had such momentum when they first came out at the fucking pay-per-view with him. I was like, oh, look at this group. And, like, the momentum is almost, like, fucking gone. Like, it's just a mess right now.
I think it's because MJF is trying to show everybody that's how much of a dick he is. That he hired all these guys to just come back to do one fucking thing, and now they can all go suck a dick. I mean, if anything, it's just helping develop the character of MJF. We'll get into MJF, but anyway, Matt Hardy. Do we have any interest in Matt Hardy? I mean, I like Matt Hardy, and I'm willing to always give him a chance. But when is enough with Matt Hardy? Are we at that point where enough is enough, Gilch? Or do you want some more Matt Hardy in your life?
Enough is enough for me, I can tell you that right now. Sorry,
No,
Matt. I love Matt. I've been a Hardy guy forever, but I mean, enough is enough. And you know what's going to happen, too. Jeff will be back soon. Tony with his whole, I believe in second chances. My dude, this might be a second chance for you, but this is about this guy's like 17th chance. So enough with that shit. And he'll be back soon. They'll be fighting again. It's just like, ugh.
How about Ethan Page? Are we liking Ethan Page, though? Like, did you like any of his work in this?
I like Ethan. I just want to see him in the ring more. Like, I feel like they never fight. Like these guys I want to see in the ring. So let me see more of what this kid's got. And they don't.
I mean, a lot of these things are so fucking random and out of the blue. Like, I just don't.
Right.
I don't get it sometimes.
Right.
Maybe it's me.
There'll be like 2 story. AEW's thing lately, it seems like there's like one woman's storyline and like 2 storylines going on, and every other match is just absolutely thrown against the wall. And let's see what sticks.
All right, I got 2 words for you guys. War Joe. War Joe. Are we happy with War Joe?
No,
War Joe.
enough with this fucking combining of names.
I don't even think I can say it anymore. I don't think I can say it anymore, man. Wardlow and Samoa Joe apparently getting shoved together. The only thing I liked about this match that we're about to see right now is Nick Camarato getting some ring time. I mean, I like that because I like him. He's a good worker. He has a serious look. He looks like a monster. I mean, let's be honest. He looks bigger. He looks like double the size of Wardlow, and he looks like he could fucking take Samoa Joe and throw him through a refrigerator. I mean, what am I not seeing here? But we know what's going to happen, don't we, guys? Wardlow, Samoa Joe are going to win convincingly. Prince Nana would come out saying sticking your noses in our business is not a good idea. Brian Cage would rip the mic from him. I like that part, but he says no one here wants to see you powerbomb QT Marshall. And he doesn't like that the way they messed with our business when we were fighting FTR. Canada should not even let FTR in the country. Out comes FTR, says they have the perfect partner for a match on Rampage. Out comes who else other than Sean Spears. You might remember the chairman. FTR hits the big rig on Solo, and Prince Nana and the Embassy make a run for it. Gilch, what did you think of all this nonsense?
It was a total mess. The only thing I was happy about is I'm a Sean Spears guy. I've always been a Sean Spears guy. Hopefully I get to see him in the ring some more. I liked a lot of his work before they teamed up with MJF, and all he was a very, very annoying fucking manager. Aside from him, I mean, the whole all over the fucking place. This thing was just all over the place.
Jay,
I saw disaster. I saw Brian Cage got on the mic, the original Team Taz, and let me down. A guy who was a huge fan of a Lucha Underground, and now he's come here, and I was a big fan when he came in AEW with Team Taz, and now he tried to cut a promo, and it just fell flat. Prince Nana, I couldn't even understand some words he was saying, no offense. Not trying to be comical, but I couldn't really understand the dude. I don't know how he was so popular in Ring of Honor, being the top managers there. Blows my mind. So, with that being said, I tell you guys, the fucking Thunderstorm, now it's fucking Wardlow. This is all merch because somebody it's become fascinated with making money and is fascinated to want to be Booker of the Year again. I can't take this seriously, even though I like both guys. And it's just sad. And, and it's always the freaking Powerbomb Symphony. Second time I seen Joe throw any guy to Wardlow, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. And where is this going? Where is this tag team going? Is it going against the Acclaim? I mean, you can't do that, right? Top babyface and top, you can't. So where is this going to go? Where is this tag team going to go? Are we going to see another breakup Thunderstorm that should have been a match, but we're going to get out of these guys? I don't know. I can't rate this.
It might go to like a trios thing. Maybe they pick up a third FTR. Because FTR didn't say they want to have a match with, Joe and Wardlow. So I could see them picking up another third member and them going after the trios. Because I don't think anyone's going to mess with the Acclaimed right now. Not for a while, at least.
I feel like FTR's got to have a match every fucking week. Every week. Like, keep them out there every fucking week. I don't even care if it's like almost a semi-squash. I just need to see them in the ring every week.
At this point, I think he's trying to keep that like a special attraction kind of fucking thing. Like, and it's sad, but, maybe they're the ones even requesting it. Because maybe they're just beat up at this point. Because, they've wrestled a lot. These guys have been wrestling all over the fucking world. And I will say this, the titles that they're wearing around their waist look like they were made in some, like, kids' craft shop or something.
Ouch.
Am I lying? They look like they're made out of paper, bro. The ones around their waist. The other two are legit. But I think they're the obvious choice to be the only ones that could probably beat the Acclaimed. But I don't know when that would be. And then maybe they'll have a saga where obviously the Acclaimed get it back. And they could do it. Why not? In the prime of the Attitude Era, how many times did we change tag team titles? Like between like New Age Outlaws, Mick Foley and Chainsaw Charlie, the Acolytes. I mean, I can keep going, man. They had so many different tag team champs.
You cannot make FTR fight the Acclaim and take the title from that, especially that they're so over.
Well, not right now. No, not right now.
Never. No,
well, anyway, you can't even. They can't even say "Scissor Me Daddy" anymore. It's over.
Never.
We'll get into that too on Wrestling with Savage when we're come right back.
I just want to say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
And we're back on Wrestling with Savage. The only thing good about this whole match between Wardlow and Samoa Joe was QT Marshall got his ass kicked. And I'm always a fan of that. This fake Rock looking... I mean, he really tries to mimic the Rock, like move for move. I think he even copies his footsteps, his punches. He always goes like, he does that high punch. Pissing me off, QT Marshall.
The guy that rolled out of the ring was Aaron Solo with the black tee, right?
Yeah, it was Solo. That guy hit with the big rig.
Oh, that is Bailey's ex.
Oh, yeah? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I saw his face.
I didn't know that.
Oh, shit.
Now I got mad props for the guy knowing that he tapped that booty.
Wow. Yeah, I guess he gets some cookie points. But here's the one shot I got of Mr. Perfection, Sean Spears, and he gets a big return only so that he can fight on Rampage in some fucking useless, meaningless match. Congratulations, Tony Khan. Another great booking. Fucking solid. Solid fucking work here. Oh, man. Now we're going to get an interview with the legend, Chris Jericho, the Ocho, the greatest wrestler of all time that's still actively wrestling. I'm not going to say he's the greatest of all time, but out of everyone still doing it, yeah.
I disagree.
Who's better than Chris Jericho,
okay,
bro?
I'll tell you right now.
Who's better than Chris Jericho, man?
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
Longest like here, I'll tell you right now.
Sheamus?
Ready?
Sheamus.
You ready? Mickey James.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
Hardcore country.
Now, who do you think? Who do you think is the greatest of all time that's still doing it today?
Women?
No, in general.
This is not even a question.
It's Chris Jericho, right?
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Oh, my God.
And Mickey James ain't doing it on the big league level. I don't count that Impact shit. She's on the D show.
What?
She's on the D show. Listen, Mickey James' best moment in her entire career was at WrestleMania when she had the match with Trish Stratus and she did that whole crazy gimmick. That was like the best.
Aren't you the one that said Bound for Glory was the shit? Didn't you say to Busted Open, yes, Bound for Glory was a great pay-per-view, was good? Well, guess what? She was in it. She had a hell of a match with Mia Yim. Or Yim, whatever the hell her name is. That was a great match.
I didn't watch that match. I tuned in to watch what I wanted to watch.
Gilch, defend me, man. Tell me you saw the match.
Which one again? Mickey James?
Gilch had nothing to do with... Gilch had absolutely nothing to do with Bound for Glory. I can assure you that.
Oh, my God.
I already know.
Dirty Dango and all this... No.
Dirty Dango looks great. Dirty Dango, that leg drop, Dirty Dango has the best leg drop in the business. By far.
Doesn't need to do it, though.
It doesn't matter. It's the best in the business, man. But let's talk about the other best active goat in the business. Chris Jericho, Angelo Parker, Matt Menard. Parker says, Bryan Danielson, you are a piece of garbage. You made it personal when you broke up our happy family. Menard says, we're going to serve you some humble pie. Garcia is like a little brother to me, says Chris Jericho. And Bryan, you have forced me to hurt my brother. And I told you, sports entertainers beat pro wrestlers every time. But tonight, I am the Lionheart, the greatest wrestler to ever come out of Stu Hart's dungeon. And the Ring of Jericho has arrived. All honor the Ocho! This was good shit. Again, Chris Jericho just kills it on the mic. Just kills it on the mic. Matt Menard was money. His facials at the beginning of this segment were some of the best I've ever seen in the business. In the history of the business. This guy's got the facials down. Like, he's like a larger-than-life version of himself. And it's great to see. They're good. This is all good shit. I don't know if you agree. I liked it. No? Jay, you didn't like it? Jay's speechless,
Yeah.
man.
I can't rate it, because I thought it was comical with, Parker, because I don't really hear him when he says Danielson is just a piece of garbage. I just laughed out of my ass. But, overall, you nailed it. I just can't rate it because I don't really think much.
I just love the last line. Honor the Ocho. I was like, that was great. He closed it great.
That was fine.
That was fun.
It's just, the thing for me is...
Mark.
The thing for me is, you think about it like this. Honor the Ocho, but tonight I'm Lionheart. So it's like two gimmicks that he's trying to play. Like, which one is it? Pick one.
He can change. Why
That's
not?
how I feel.
He's a fucking legend, man. He can do whatever he wants.
I only need one gimmick for the night. I don't need 2, 3 gimmicks. I don't need the Ocho. I don't need Lionheart. I don't need a Painmaker. I just need one. Just one for the night. That's it. Be the Ocho. Be the Ocho.
Wait till we get into his match later, man. Swerve Strickland versus Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn gonna beat Stinky Swerve. You a hoe and a hoser. Put you on the ice like Austin Matthews. Toronto, the Acclaimed, has arrived. Acclaimed is here. They get their pop. Billy Gunn looks absolutely insane. He looks like he might be in better shape than anyone on the roster. By far, he is, in my opinion, the best-looking member of DX going today. The only person that could probably compare to him is maybe Triple H, but we haven't seen Triple H, in ring gear in a while, so we have no idea what's going on. Imagine Triple H is all fat now, like Thor in the Avenger movie, where he was like all fat with a stomach. Comes out, just pedigrees somebody. I actually heard Triple H is going to get more screen time now. They're going to make him a character again on the show. But I don't know when. Swerve was working on the legs of Billy Gunn. Daddy Ass gets some offense off. Even kicks out of Swerve's finish. But Swerve gets a pin by holding onto the ropes. Mark Sterling comes out. He has a very important document. And they say they now own the whole Scissor Me Daddy. And this lawsuit was brought to you by the greatest country in the world. The United States of America. I own the term Scissor Me. And all the money from your t-shirts is going to go to me. Maybe we can work out a deal, but until then, it's Scissor Me Daddy Niece. Okay. Gilch, I'll go to you. I know you love the Acclaimed. What do you think? And I actually heard Tony say this on Busted Open today. He said Mark Sterling now owns the... He said it before the show even happened, but...
I liked it. It was pretty funny. It was actually, he said, Scissor Me Tony, he actually said. But...
Scissor Me...
I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny.
No, he said Scissor Me Daddy Niece.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, let's make it the bet. If I win, I have to wear the Divas title, and if you win, you wear the Divas title.
I mean, someone's actually got to buy the Divas title.
I'm not buying it. I thought you were buying it. If that's the bet, then I want no part of it, please.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Maybe let's see if I can find a replica for like $30, $40.
Maybe we could do like a bras and panties thing or something, even though I don't want to take that.
I'll get like the mini replicas that are like this big, and you can just like, stick it like, chain something.
That's terrible. That's even worse.
I thought it was funny. I mean, every segment the Acclaim touches is great. I mean, I enjoyed it. This is like the max comedy I want for a weekly show. Yeah. Like, this segment was funny. It was great. All the other comedy I could do without. Danhausen, care less about this guy. Like, this, for a professional wrestling show, this should have been the only comedic segment. Mark Sterling's good. He's good. He's funny. So I enjoyed it.
Okay. Jay? I actually thought the match was good, Jay. I liked it. For what it was, I thought it was good. Billy Gunn, obviously, is not going at the speed that we're used to seeing him go. But
I thought Swerve looked a little better than usual.
Yeah, Swerve was on point. He didn't make any mistakes. And, Billy Gunn, if you looked even at the end of the match, he looked like he didn't even break a sweat. He wasn't even sweating at the end of the match. Jay, what are you calling on this match? I didn't give it a rating yet.
I call this match a pop match because every spot was just to get people to pop, right? From the jackhammer to trying to go over the famous the swerve with the stomp, with the taunting,
the suck it.
It's all a pop. It's all a pop match for me. So if I were to rate this out of 5, it's just going to be a 1-star just for that. Because like you said, Billy Gunn look physique. I don't know if he's 50 or he's pushing 50, but he's somewhere around that age, and you got to give a guy credit.
God bless.
So
God
you gotta
bless,
give
man.
him credit for that, for
Yeah,
working hard, busting
crazy,
his ass.
yeah.
But overall, yeah, you know, you guys may be right. The Acclaim is money, money, money. But, you know, I just want to say shout out to Creative Pro. So you guys should be really impressed at Whole School and Brian Myers and Pat Buck, because Mark Sterling graduated the first group, and it seems like he's leading these veteran wrestlers on how to cut a promo and how to talk. And it's crazy because Nice has been in the business for over 10 years, and this guy still can't know how to talk right. So it's crazy. Shout out to Creative Pro right for that. And I did like that part, but here's where I get lost. I don't like the story. I don't like that little patent, you want to call it, or contract. I think it's just silly. It could have been done differently. So if I were to give Sterling a rating, I'll give him a 3. But honestly, I just think the storyline is just kind of stupid and a little below the Acclaim. It shouldn't be going in this direction.
I thought it should have been introduced with a vignette, but that's me. I'm sorry, Gilch, to interrupt you.
No, not at all. I was just going to say, you mentioned Creative Pro. It's funny because you got, Caster. I mean, his promos are okay, but I mean, it's his freestyle on the mic. That's great. MJF, one of the best in the business, if not the best right now on the mic. Mark Sterling, you mentioned. So I wonder who's the guy. Like you said, is it Sterling? I wonder, Pat Buck was a student there. He's actually, part owner or lead trainer with Myers. I wonder, if he's got good mic skills. He probably never will hear him on a microphone. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good point, Jed.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the match was okay, considering whatever. I'm not going to give it anything. I'm not even going to rate it, but it's whatever, man. It was fun. It was a fun match. It's like Jay said, it's a pop match. It's one of those fun matches. You're just going to have a good time with it. It's not going to be the best match of the night, but it was a good time. You got to see the Acclaimed rap. They come out after. They don't bother Swerve. They actually just bump into him a little bit. They go in to check on Daddy Ass, make sure he's okay. Sterling's going to come all right there. There's a certificate. But I think this could have been served a lot better with a vignette. Maybe Sterling, at his office, doing a bunch of research, and then he finds the loophole, and boom, he thinks of it. Oh, let me, the copyright's free. They didn't even copyright it. These fucking idiots. Tony, these guys are idiots. They're idiots. We got it. Boom. Next thing you know, he's leaving his office happy as fuck. He comes out of another office in America with this paper in his hand. Oh, we got it. We got exactly what we need to take down the Acclaim. And then it ends right there.
So my take on it is so Tony Nese comes out. He comes out with a T-shirt. So I'm assuming that's Nese and most likely his tag team partner. Why you can't have that? Just attack the Acclaim and just start the rivalry there instead of this stupid storyline with this contract. That would have been a lot simpler and a lot easier and a more ring time for people that we don't see.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. There's a lot of different ways they could have went about this, but this is it's Tony time. That's the only answer I can give you. It's Tony time. But now it's no more time for Tony. It's time for some MJF. We get an interview with MJF. He's going to be with that guy from what's his name? I don't even know his name. Who interviewed him?
Stokely?
No, the guy who interviewed him.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that's how horrible he is. I can't even remember his name, man.
It reminds me of Kevin Patrick.
Yeah, we saw a different side of you. He's saying it looks like you were about to shake hands with Wheeler Yuta until the firm came out. And then, don't interrupt Daddy, basically. MJF's telling Stokely, Daddy's going to have to put you in timeout. This is strike 2. If you do that again, I'm going to fire you. For job security purposes, I would take your Carlton-looking ass out of my shot. This was good. I mean, I don't know what Stokely's doing interrupting MJF. Definitely not a good idea, especially for your job security. And then he starts going off on William Regal, says, Willie, my British little buddy, you're about as villainous as Mary Poppins. We have a dark history, and it's one you don't want to be reminded of. Quite frankly, I don't even know if it's going to shake Wheeler Yuta's hand. But, at a young age, I learned nice guys finish last. Everyone in this locker room hates my guts and wants me dead, and you don't have a clue what it's like to be MJF. Every day you wake up, and you know that, I have no choice but being the bad guy. I have broken my hand many times breaking my own reflection. When I walk through the curtain, I don't like me either, but that's what it takes to become world champion. And I am the man with the plan, the man with the chip, and the man who is a generational talent. Yeah, easy 5-star promo. Like, just easy. He killed it. No stuttering, no mistakes. Visuals on the camera, eye contact with the camera, the way he handled Stokely, dismissed him, looking strong. You know? And left us wondering about, Wheeler Yuta's situation. Because he said, I don't even know what I would have done. He didn't say, no, I wouldn't. Yes, I wouldn't. No, I don't even know what I would have done. And he's adding another level of storytelling there, like another olive branch coming out of his fucking arm. So at any time, they can go back and revisit Wheeler Yuta and MJF. Which I'm sure we're going to see again down the road. They're going to push Wheeler. I think Tony loves Wheeler.
I think so, too.
So, I mean, I don't know. What are you guys rating this promo? I'm guessing 5 stars. You guys are all MJF marks. Everybody's an MJF mark at this point.
I got to give it a 4 because I'm very critical of ranking MJF promos because I feel like every single one should be a 5. If every single one isn't the greatest ever, then I'm not giving it a 5. But,
well, this isn't the greatest one he ever did, that's for sure. But to me, it was 5-star worthy just because of how much he said so quickly and so well. And he always speaks well. Imagine this kid giving high school speeches in his high school. Probably killed it. Or a toast at somebody's wedding. Who gives a better toast than MJF, probably? That's the kind of things, that I look at. Being able to talk on the spot and make it meaningful. And he always makes it meaningful. Makes it mean something, makes you feel something. Remember that episode where he was pretending to be a nice guy? I think it was the whole CM Punk storyline. Talking about how he was a CM Punk fan when he was like 12 years old and he met Punk and he started crying. He was pretending to cry. I know Jay remembers that shit. That was like stellar. Stellar. Hooked everybody in. Everybody was like thinking he was really being real. It goes off, I'm the devil. I'm the devil!
Not just the devil. I mean, that was Punk's promo, right? Punk's Nirvana.
That was the best shit Punk did in the AEW. Everything he did with MJF is what he's going to be remembered for. He's not going to be remembered for beating Jon Moxley. He's not going to be remembered for beating Hangman Adam Page. He's not going to be remembered for, defending against whoever he defended against. He's going to be remembered for all those matches with MJF. That's what sticks out to me when you're talking about that guy's shirt you have on right there. Mr. Best in the World.
He's healing up, baby. He's healing up.
He is healing up, man. But then Tony Schiavone's going to be in the ring. We're going to have an interview right now with Tony Schiavone and Jon Moxley next week live Tuesday night in Cincinnati. And Jay, you have to watch AEW because we're going to do NXT show, but we're going to do it Wednesday night.
So, my loyalty is to NXT 2.0, Roxanne Perez.
All right, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. So Tuesday night, you will break us down on what happened on NXT then. And we'll break down. We'll break down what happened on AEW. I got bad news. I can't wait to get into this. Let's get into this. Next week, live on Tuesday night in Cincinnati, Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley goes on to say that being the world champion is a dirty job. You got to be ruthless, but god damn it, I love my job. But that brings us to our boy, the cowboy, Hangman Adam Page. And then, of course, he comes out. Hangman says, whatever you have to say to my face, you said it last week. You respect me, and I would be lying if I did not say that. Coming from you, that meant the world to me. Because I have watched you for these past 3 years, and I've come to respect you in the ring and outside of it too. You are a hell of a champ, a father, and a husband. And there have been times in the past 3 years that I looked at you and saw the same kind of man that I want to be. Last week, you shattered the illusion about what I thought about you when you said, I am a kid. I'm a kid? That's how you feel? I'm a kid to you? Mox says, that's exactly what I think about you. I don't think you are the same guy who knocked me off that 20-foot ladder. And next week in Cincinnati, I don't think you got what you're what it takes. I don't think you have the guts to pull the trigger on me next week in Cincinnati either. And then Hangman gets very personal. very quickly. MJF's watching this. He's eating popcorn. They show a shot of him eating popcorn. That was awesome. He's like really getting into it, enjoying it. All the lines that are coming out of Hangman's mouth right here. He says, my old friends have left me. My new friends are disappearing. My old friends are basically gone. They disappeared. He's referring to like the Young Bucks, you know. First time the Young Bucks have even been brought up on Dynamite. He didn't say the Young Bucks. But we all know what he meant when he said my old friends. My old friends even left me. They disappeared. He is angry. He is depressed. He says the medicine is not working. But I'm still here because I am a man. I'm 31 years old. Former tag team champion and world champion. I've buried family. I've brought life into this world just like you. And I keep coming back because I'm a man, damn it. I don't care if your cousins, your sister, your mom is in the crowd in Cincinnati. I will beat you within an inch of your life to get this title back. Look at me now. I have nothing. I have a shot and I have my word. Tuesday I take my shot, and tonight I give you my word. I will be the next AEW champion. At this point, MJF chants break out. There was a point where there were cowboy shit chants, but this only happened after Hangman was punching himself in the head like 26 times real hard. And unlike him, I wanted to come out here, he's talking about MJF, and tell you face to face, man to man, whatever. Jay, what'd you think about this promo before I tell you what I thought?
I know exactly what you're going to tell me. You're a big Adam Page fan. You love his cowboy shit and you love everything he says. But I'm going to just start right there and say, you are wrong, sir. And you do owe me and my fans an apology for Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. But we'll get into that another day. Let's get into this. I think this proves right here, and I'm not talking shit, I think this proves right here that Adam Page cannot cut a promo. He cannot. So I'm assuming when you cut promos and you go to promo class, you got to concentrate on certain topics. And the topic today was, I am not a nice kid, I am a man. I wasn't feeling this, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think it was original. I don't think this should have been used. I think what he was saying was being repetitive and just rephrasing words to you. Why do you think the crowd was chanting MJF? Nobody was feeling anything he was saying. Now, here's where it gets stupider. Now, I thought Goldberg was stupid hitting himself the doors. But this guy likes to punch himself in the head. And honestly, I have no idea why he did that. And I think you guys can admit it to it. And don't tell me, no, it's just to get in the promo because it's violence and Moxie bleed. Man, don't give me that shit, Savage. Please save it. I don't need to hear that bullshit. Just think about that for 2 seconds right now. Why the fuck would you do some dumb shit like that? And the motherfucker bleed at the end. But overall, I wasn't even feeling what Moxley was saying. When Moxley comes out, what was Moxley saying? I'm going to get you this coming in. I'm going to be this. I'm a dirty champion. Yeah, I got to be like this. Was anybody buying into that shit? No. I think the biggest pop he got was when he came out. Period. Overall, I did not like this. I think I would have been better off if they didn't cut shit and they were on the show tonight. Because then I really would have been interested in the match next week. Or maybe we see Rampage some Vigilette videos and be like, yeah, I'm going to get you this Tuesday. You better bring your game. Yeah, I'm going to make you bleed. You see, I would have been more interested in the match like that than this segment we saw right here. So I didn't like it. I'm going to just give it a star. But I did not like it. You know, a star for effort. But it could have just been used different topics. I don't think the little kid and I'm the man, I don't think that was the right topics just to go about this rivalry we're going to see next week.
He had me, I thought this was good all the way up until the point where he said, I have nothing. And then he followed that up by 2 things that he does have. He went from having nothing to now I have a shot and I have my word. So I thought that was kind of stupid. It's like, oh, you have nothing, but now you're telling us what you have. I was like, damn, you just killed this whole promo. He was headed to maybe a 4-star promo if he didn't fuck up right there. Because I actually liked it. He was getting personal. And to be honest, the only time he actually got a pop was when he hit himself in the fucking head. People started chanting cowboy shit when he punched himself in the head. And that is a pop. That is a reaction. But this fell flat after that. Because at the end of it, when it was all said and done, he looked stupid. People are chanting MJF. And, you know, it is what it is. 2.5. Gilch, did you see something different?
No, nothing else to add. You got it all.
Shit, man. Well, let's go to you right away then for Jericho versus Bryan Danielson, man. Were you happy with the Ring of Honor Championship match that we were going to get right now? They showed us some highlights showing, you know, I know you're a big Bryan Danielson fan. They were showing all his Ring of Honor work throughout the years and the legacy that he has with the belt.
Me?
Yeah. What did you think?
I'm actually not a Bryan Danielson fan.
You're not? I
Yeah.
thought you were a Bryan Danielson fan.
I was not. I am not. I'm okay. I don't mind Bryan. I don't hate him. Just never really got into him.
What did you think about this match, man? I mean, I'm going to give you a chance to just fucking talk now because you didn't get this really... We said everything that was possible to say about fucking the Jon Moxley Hangman interview, so why don't you say everything you want to say about this Jericho and Bryan Danielson match?
I went into it not knowing what to expect, and I got a little bit more than I expected, so that was nice. Some good exchanges. It was a nice, what do you call it? Code breaker by Jericho, was it? When he came off the top rope?
Yep.
It's a nice move. I didn't see... I know both guys are older, Jericho especially, but I didn't look back at this match and see, like, major botches. I didn't see many, like, major missed moves. I thought it was, for what it was a good match. And, you know, the finish... I don't know. Like, Tony Khan has storylines, I feel like, and I feel like he doesn't even know what he wants to do with them half the time, because who thought that Garcia was going back, like, to Jericho and them? Like, I don't, like, it's kind of all over the place with that. Did you really? You thought he was going back there, Jay? Yeah, I didn't know. I thought that was setting up for him versus Jericho.
I had a small, like, gut instinct that there was a small chance of it happening, but it looked strong that he was going to stay.
Yeah. His segment gave it away, I think, that promo.
Yeah, you're probably right. But otherwise, I enjoyed it for what it was. Not gonna lie.
Well, it sets up a whole feud now between Daniel Garcia and then Bryan Danielson. Obviously, they're gonna go, and then probably Bryan Danielson's gonna beat him for the pure title or whatever the fuck. You know what I could see end up happening long term? Before Bryan Danielson's gonna win the AEW World Championship, he's going to win every Ring of Honor title and have them all at the same time, including the tag team one. Guy's going to be walking around with like 6 belts.
Great.
He's going to be like Mr. Ring of Honor. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Well, the best part of this match was in the beginning when Jericho was comparing this to Ali versus Frazier, Steamboat versus Flair. He says Danielson versus Jericho tops it all. He says Jericho will pillage the legend of Bryan Danielson. It was a great match with good moments and good spots from both legends. Daniel Garcia looked like he was about to turn on Jericho, but instead nails Danielson and showing us all where his real royalty lies. I liked the match. I'm actually giving it a 4-star. I liked it. Good storytelling. It was a good time. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
And Jericho did some good moves. He was jumping off the top rope. The lion salt attempt was nice. It always looks nice when he does the code breaker, when he connects with both fucking knees. Like this one, he's in the ring with a good wrestler. You know, all the flying knees that he take from Bryan Danielson, good selling, good bumps, and still doing a lot of high-risk shit at his age. You know, not giving a fuck. He doesn't, you know, he's taking big bumps off the top rope. Like he's 20 years old. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
I think you guys are blinded by Jericho's vision. His long hair, wise. I don't know what.
Well, he is a wizard. He is a wizard. He might have put a spell on me and Gilch, maybe.
You guys had the audacity to just sit in your chairs and say, "Well, you know, I didn't see any botches there. It's all a 4-star match. I saw these guys." What I saw was a miscue on the corner turnbuckle, and no guy needed. Do I chop you first, or do you chop me? Oh, okay, then I'll chop you. I don't know if you saw that part. There was a miscue right there, so there's a botch right there for you guys. Yeah, there was some nice spots. I'm not a fan of this. I have told you guys repetitive. I'm not. No, I don't need to see it. It's too repetitive. It's too much for me. I'm sorry. I don't think the leaping knees is a big ooh and wah. When he did it twice, I was like, oh, please don't do it a third time. But then Jericho did the cold breaker, which was a good spot. And Bryan Danielson didn't really get a jump on that. He just did it enough because, let's face it, Jericho's pushing 50? But he's still wrestling, so give the man props. But overall, I don't think this match was a 4-star. I don't think it was glamorous. I don't even think it was a 3. I think it was an average 2. I think the first match was obviously... I think the first match was obviously the best. The second one was what? Interference. And what's this? Another interference. So,
yeah.
What are we really seeing?
It's Jericho interference. So for me, it's good shit because he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy, and he wants to cheat. He always wants to cheat, and it shows the power that he has. The power he has over other wrestlers. They're all in there protecting him. Daniel Garcia was going to turn on him. Instead, he's stuck loyal to the Ocho. It just makes Jericho look like he's that much better, that much stronger, that he has this influence over all these young wrestlers. He's the Ocho, he's the Lionheart, he's the Wizard, he's the Ayatollah of rock and roll. He's the only wrestler in the world, Jay, and this is a true story, that I might actually not know what to fucking say to when I meet him. All right? If I meet The Rock, I know exactly what I'm saying to him. I meet Stone Cold, I know exactly what I'm saying to him. I've already met Stone Cold. I've met Hulk Hogan. I've met people that are my favorite. I've met Triple H twice. Ric Flair. Met them all. CM Punk. Had no problem talking to Punk. Have no problem talking to anybody. But if I'm next to Chris Jericho, Jay, I literally might not know what to fucking say, bro. Because he's the one wrestler who's eluded me my whole life. I've never seen him. Never met him. I've seen him live, but never met him. Was never next to him.
The cruise.
Yeah, that's probably like a 2024 thing, but maybe. Yeah, I need some time with Jericho, that's for sure. Jericho's a beast, man. I'm giving it a 4 because of star power. At the end of the day, you have two of the biggest wrestling stars in the world in the ring at the same time. They're actually putting on a decent fucking match. It's not the best match of all time. It's definitely not Steamboat and Flair or Steamboat and Savage or Ali versus Frazier. I don't even know why you would compare it to the two. Why? Because Tony Khan said it's combat sports. We're the best combat sports in the world. Haven't heard that fucking line again. Probably high as fuck when he said that. He's like, did I really just say that? Fuck. JAS, though, at the end of the day, looking strong. They're hugging. Big group hug over there. Combat. Blackpool Combat Club would come out. Claudio Wheeler, William Regal. And they're not there to start any shit. They're just there to protect their boy, get him out of the ring, okay.
See, that's what I don't get. I don't get that. Because your name is Blackpool Combat Club. But you come out like a bunch of pussies. Basically, checking on your man, making sure he's alright. And that's it. We go to the next segment.
Yeah. That happens.
Does it make sense? No. It doesn't. It doesn't.
No. Who's your favorite member of the Blackpool Combat Club? Gilch first and then Jay.
Claudio.
Okay. Fair answer. And Jay, you?
I would say Claudio 10 years ago, but I'm going with Bryan Daniels.
I'm going with William Regal.
He's a man's man.
I'm going with William Regal, man. Let's get into this next interview with the self-proclaimed TBS champion. Apparently, Nyla Rose stole the title from Jade Cargill. Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero. Nyla quotes Stallone, says she is the law from Judge Dredd. Anna Jay challenges Nyla Rose to a match on Rampage. Nyla says, let's remix it. Okay, it's cool. Show up Friday and I'll whoop your ass. The last line was kind of okay, actually. Wasn't terrible. But I have no interest in this storyline whatsoever, except maybe watching Jade whoop that ass. I could see that being a match at Full Gear. I'm calling it right now. Jade versus Nyla Rose at Full Gear. And Jade will become, 40-0? Or is she still 39-0?
I don't know. I've totally forgot, man. You can't quote me.
It's around
Maybe
there.
Gilch knows.
It's around there. Something like that.
Yeah.
They don't give
I'm
Jade a
like,
lot of really good ring time on Dynamite. You never see Jade, you know. And it's funny because she's the TBS champion, but she's never on TBS.
Why would you want to put that poor girl on live TV in the
What do you
AEW
mean?
women's roster that's full of 4 or 5 women? Are
Yo.
you kidding me right now?
Yo, get Jamie Hayter to put over Jade Cargill. You get Britt
There
Baker
is no
to
one.
put over Jade Cargill.
No.
You get Statlander to put over Jade Cargill. And that's
She
the end of
can't-
it.
Listen,
Jade
listen,
Cargill,
I
man.
know. Listen, first of all, I know Statlander is a creative pro graduate, the only one in her class that year. But no offense, she's injury prone, and she gets injured real quick. And no offense, besides her, who else? I really thought Athena had a shot, and they shitted on Athena.
Well,
So
they
honestly,
still have
there's no-
Athena. They have Serena
Should've been
Deeb.
Athena. Should've been
They have
Athena.
they have
Stop.
Sheeta.
Serena Deeb, stop.
They have
should've been
Tony
Athena.
Storm.
It should have been Athena over
Thunder
over-
Rosa will be back
It should have
soon.
been Athena.
Oh, it should have been Athena.
Wait,
Over
what
Tony
happened to
Storm.
that UFC bitch that we used to talk about all the time? The one that was like kicking the shit out of people.
Paige Van Zandt.
What's her name again?
Paige Van Zandt. Oh,
That
you're
big
talking
bitch.
about
Yeah. I don't know. She just got her money in bounds.
Yo, I
Marina Shafir, right?
yes. Where is she, bro? Yo, she
got a
was
cool
actually.
name.
She was there tonight.
Yo,
The only
she
thing-
she was, but she didn't wrestle. Yo, she hasn't been wrestling. But that's another one that actually I thought was making progress. She was looking better.
She's horrible.
She got a cool name. That's about it. The Problem. I like that.
The
Like,
problem,
aside
Marina.
Yeah, she
Aside
is
from
a
that,
problem.
I remember when she came out for her first time, and people, you're waiting for like, oh, it's a pop. This is the MMA star. I thought when she was walking to the ring the first time, you could hear a fucking pin drop. Like if we were at that event, you would have heard Savage in the crowd over everything else because the crowd didn't know who she was. They didn't care. She came in, she squashed.
Oh,
her
that's
in the
when I'm at
ring.
my best, man. When there's something that real sucks on there, I'll go
Come on.
fucking nuts, man.
More importantly, how have they not realized by now that this Tony Stone championship reign is fucking terrible? And how is the belt still on her? We've been to multiple.
Well, don't
events.
forget. Let's be real. She's the interim world champion, right? And I was
Yeah,
going
that's
to talk
right, that
about
other
that.
stupid thing.
Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker versus Tony Storm and Ishida. Every time they say interim world championship, I just get nightmare flashbacks of that other interim championship fiasco, and we all know how that ended. So, yeah, I think they need to move away from Tony Storm. Either Thunder Rosa needs to make a statement saying, you know what, I'm done, or come back and win your title back.
You wouldn't mind it if she wasn't such a great wrestler, but like she got pops with the crowd. It's another one. You can hear a pin drop when her music hits.
Yeah. She doesn't get pops anymore, man. Actually, you're probably going to be surprised, though. Overall, I actually thought this was a good match. Fast-paced, lots of action filled with counters, some good offense from all ladies involved. Tony Storm, Sheeta picking up the win. I didn't like that, but, it still looked good. They had a good sequence there at the end for Sheeta to pick up the win and go over. And it makes sense because Tony Storm's the champion, so, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to even rate this match, but I had fun with it. I was surprised, but I didn't even think I was going to enjoy it. I actually enjoyed the match. Whatever, I'll give it 2-star. 2-star match for the 2 stars in the ring.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the same thing. I went into it with zero expectations.
And
that wasn't a terrible match. Not bad.
The 2 stars are Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker.
I just want to see Britt.
Jeez, face right there, man.
I just want to see Britt. Just give Britt the title again off of her. This way we could start the Jamie Hayter feud, Britt Baker.
Yeah, that's going to be good, man. And down the road, but don't forget, it's going to be Paige and I think Britt first. I think that's where this is headed. And then I don't know if Paige is going to be a major player or not. I mean, that's still the question. If Paige is going to be a player, you know what I mean? Like, let's say she comes in hot and she has a sick match. She's taking bumps, she's kicking, she's this, she's that. That changes the whole.
You gotta give it a title.
That changes the landscape because she's coming in. She will come in with that CM Punk kind of vibe, especially
She's got that. When it comes to women, like she's got that star power. What other women have come through the door recently? And you're like, oh shit,
dude. You know how many followers she has on Twitch, bro? She has a big fucking following, bro. She goes home, plays video games, and makes more money than like everybody in that arena.
Like when we saw like that Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan debut, all that, like to me, that's the equivalent of Paige on the women's side.
Yeah, not bad, man. I thought it was actually a good match. Jay, would you rate this match, or are you just shitting on it? Go ahead, give it to us. Give us Jay's take.
Yeah, so are you guys done with that? They were Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, there was the stars. Because I didn't really see Jamie Hayter do a lot in this match. As Sheeta was doing her moves. Listen, we all knew what was going to happen.
Well, how can Jamie Hayter do anything when Tony Storm's doing 100 DDTs?
And they all look like shit. And the one outside looked like shit. And the Storm Zero looked like shit. And there was nothing to like. Yes, Britt Baker's impressive, but I'm going to go 1.5. I mean, there was nothing impressive in this match. Now, this is where I ask you guys. We just saw Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker go into a storyline. Now it got on pause. And now we're having tag matches between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Where is this going?
It's going nowhere.
I'll tell you exactly where I think it's going. Absolutely fucking nowhere. I think they had 4 girls. Well, not Sheeta, but I think they had 3 girls that they wanted on TV tonight, and they didn't feel like wasting 2 matches on it. I feel like that's what they do half the time when they want faces on TV. There's no clear angle. Oh, throw in an 8-man tag. Throw in a 40-man tag match. Go ahead.
You know, with the women's roster they have right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony just brings out the fucking, females trios titles next week.
Good Lord.
It's like the same 2 matches every fucking month.
Yeah. Good Lord.
I don't know, man. I like the music I picked tonight. The music is fun. It's like it goes from Final Fantasy like RPG music to like calming fucking Tom and Jerry music.
Tony Storm, right? There's no chance she's ever turning heel, right?
Never say never. Never say never. She's young and convincible.
Right. So you would think a face is taking the title of her. I'm sorry. You think a heel is taking the title of her? So I think
Saraya is going to turn heel and help Britt Baker take the title off Tony Storm. That's what I would do.
As much as that sounds cool, I really want to see her wrestle Britt.
For sure. But I'm saying, like, if she can't wrestle, like, legitimately, long term, I think that's what happens. She's going to end up siding with Britt Baker, turn heel. Maybe they start a new clique or something. I could be spitballing.
Yeah, as far as, like, crowd pop combined with in-ring ability, I know she hasn't done it for a while, but is there anyone in AEW really better than Paige? When you put all that
together? If you take her in, like, her prime form, no.
Yeah.
Prime form Paige is definitely better than anyone on the roster right now. No doubt about it. On Rampage, you're going to get Jon Moxley, Claudio versus the Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny. They actually get a promo. They say good luck on Rampage this Friday when you were in the ring with some real men. Bunny was looking good. Fight us, fight us, fight us. Anybody care? Comment? Butcher and Blade, though. This dude looks like Charles Manson right now, though. I got Charlie Manson vibes right now.
Every once in a while, I find out a random thing, and I'm like, how the fuck did I never know this? Do you know who the Butcher is married to?
Who?
A Bunny.
Bunny! I'm like, what? I didn't know.
For a long time.
2013.
Yeah, long time.
Damn. Yep. Good for him. Good for him. No wonder she's so loyal to them. Because
must have been after she left Impact.
It's family.
Maybe.
I actually like these guys. This is another one of the more underutilized talents. I thought they were AEW originals, and I thought they had standout performances throughout AEW's creation. Their birth, let's say. That first year, Butcher and Blade were holding down the fort on a lot of matches, and there wasn't a match that I saw them in where they didn't look like a legitimate tag team threat. So, the fact that they haven't had one championship run in the 3 years, considering they're 8 OG originals, it's kind of crazy, man. Not even...
They carry themselves well. As soon as they come out, you're like, whoa. Like, if you didn't see them before, you're like, wow, who the fuck are these guys? These guys are monsters. They wrestle together well. Powerful,
Dude, they had great chemistry from the first time I ever saw them in the ring, and they had the look. So when you have the look and the chemistry, it's like, it's a no-brainer. I can't believe they haven't had, like, a real run yet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe I'm thinking the Ass Boys are going to take the titles off the Acclaimed, but I would not be opposed if these guys fucking did it. Maybe right now we're going to see the breakup of the Blackpool Club. Maybe these guys are going to beat Claudio and Mox, and then Mox and Claudio are going to fucking argue, and then Mox is like, I'm out. Wouldn't that be great? I'd be okay with that. Daniel Bryan's a loser, and now Claudio and Moxley lose. Wheeler Yuta just lost to MJF. They're all losers. It's time to go your own way, boys. And then we get to see William Regal have a match with MJF by himself because the Blackpool Combat Club left him. You know it's leading to a match. It has to be. I think we're going to see it. William Regal and MJF in like a street fight. Something like that. It's going to be like Goldust versus Roddy Piper. Did you ever see that match, Gilch?
No, I can't remember. When was that?
What? All right, Gilch, you have to do yourself a favor tonight. All right, don't do it for me.
Was that the one with the car?
Yes.
Oh,
Listen,
I saw that.
bro,
Yeah.
that's one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. All right, I don't care what anybody says. They murdered it. They looked like they were beating the hell out of each other for 28 minutes, whatever it was. It was great. All shot in sequence, live. You know what I mean? That's like a movie take, first take, one take. Like that's hard to do, and they didn't fuck up. Two professionals. That's a great match, guys. If you've never seen that on Wrestling with Savage, you youngins out there that never watched good wrestling, go back in time and watch Roddy Piper versus Goldust. I believe it was WrestleMania 12. I could be wrong about that, though. Maybe 9. No, it wasn't 9. It might have been 10, 11, or 12. It's 10, 11, or 12. I can't remember right now. It's probably 12.
I don't think it was 10.
I don't think it was 10. It was the one that they were in Hollywood. So it wasn't 10 because 10 was an MSG. So it was probably 11 or 12. It might be 11. Nobody want to type it in? I'll type it in. Piper versus Goldust. WrestleMania 12. I was correct the first time. I should always stick with my instinct. I am a little bit of a wrestling guru when it comes to WWF, at least. I can't sit here and tell you what happened with Bruno Sammartino in 1976, but, you know, I'll tell you what happened in 83 with Iron Sheik. Match.
I was watching,
Go ahead.
I just let you talk about old matches.
Yeah.
I was watching Bret Hart British Bulldog SummerSlam match the other day.
Great
Remember
match.
that one?
But the one at SummerSlam, right? In Wembley Stadium?
Yeah.
Incredible match. And, you know, Bulldog went over.
And they were both faces at the time, and back then that was still like everything was
taboo.
Black and white. Faces fought heels. Like they didn't fight each other, so that was huge. They worked up the whole family angle and everything. At the end, I think everybody came out, if I remember.
I was shocked that Bulldog never won the World Championship, to be honest. Especially after beating Bret Hart and then all that Bret Hart went on to do. But I believe that was Davey Boy's own fault from his own personal actions of decisions he was making to do certain things with certain people. And, you know, Vince McMahon is rough. He's not very forgiving if you fuck him. You fuck him on one show, two show, what?
I'm going to disagree with what you said. I feel that he did have a shot. Didn't he come back years later?
He did, with the Heart Foundation.
That was his so.
But he's coming.
After the
no, he didn't come back after
early
that.
2000. Sure.
No.
I think he came back. I don't know. We gotta Google it. I'll
Google it right now. Bulldog's last match.
I think he had a match in the early 2000s because if that was the guy, then he had a shot. It just didn't go nowhere because nobody was giving him no money.
Well, it says here his last match. You might be right. It says the British Bulldog's final match on a WWE pay-per-view came in front of his hometown fans in London, England at Insurrection 2000. But that's just around that same time. Like, he didn't really come back. He was still there. He was still there. That's around the Heart Foundation time. Yeah, whatever, man. He challenged this. What do you mean? 1999 was the Attitude Era, man. Stone Cold.
2000. I said 2000. I didn't say 99.
I know, but I'm saying he was still there. He never left. Bulldog challenged Crash Holly for the WWE Hardcore Championship, with Crash trying to run away from the Bulldog. They fought on the outside, and Bulldog suplexed Crash onto the steel ramp. Whoop-de-doo. There it is. What'd you guys think of the main event? Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Let's get into it. Orange Cassidy is going to become your new All-Atlantic Champion. This is going to be the hot topic of the night, I guess, because a lot of people have mixed feelings on Orange Cassidy. Do I think he deserves it? Yes, he's put in his fair share of work. But do I think there are other people that deserve it just as much? Yes, absolutely. I can name 10 of them. But he did it. He beat Pac Beat him clean, too. Pac was trying to cheat with a hammer. They put on a great match. A lot of 6 spots. Nice finish. Danhausen spot I wasn't a fan of. He tries to curse Pac. He just ignores him. You know? Who wants to take this first?
I'll take it.
Go for it, Jay.
So, a lot of mixed feelings on this. I'm not a fan of the match. I thought Pac was so brutal, man. Despite Tombstone he did on the ramp, which I thought was a great spot. Probably spot of the whole night. I love the part where he did that Falcon Arrow on the floor. It's another good spot. That was my number 1 spot to that Tombstone. I don't know what we really saw, guys. I don't know if I saw someone trying to wrestle. I don't know if I was watching gimmick match, because Pac at one point put Cassidy's hands in his pockets and then started doing the kicks and shit, and I thought that was pretty stupid to me. And
I feel like he's trying to sell shirts with this shit, man.
What I'm gonna say? Gonna say is this. What the fuck? What the fuck? And what the fuck? I mean, we have an All-Atlantic Championship that has never been defended on Dynamite, maybe till this point.
And this kid's not even from overseas. He's not even from overseas.
And the thing is, does Orange Cassidy deserve a championship? Look, he's one of the OGs, so my answer is simple. Yes. My answer is, yeah, he does deserve it. But do we put the belt on Orange Cassidy? Ask yourself that. And I think that's the wrong choice. I would have been comfortable with Pac retaining the belt and give it to someone that's a little more worthy, that a little one. And you're right. And you mentioned earlier, like, is he Gilch? Is he really selling the merch? No, he's not selling the merch. Not the way he used to. And I'm not. And I'm gonna say, before even the Acclaim came out with the whole scissor, he wasn't selling that much.
I think Danhausen's selling more merch than him, dude.
I guess it dropped since he came out with his new theme music. Look, overall, there was some crazy spots. Nothing to be seen. I'm giving it a 2 for the match, just for the crazy spots. But in general, mixed feelings. I think it was the wrong decision to put the belt on Cassidy, but he is deserving, but it was the wrong decision.
You know what could make this the right decision, though? If they go back to defending the belt, not on AEW television, we don't have to fucking see him anymore. I'll leave it at that.
Could happen.
I think it's just dumb to make Pac look so weak, though, because like Orange Cassidy to so many people is a joke of a wrestler, and now you're letting all these kids see Pac lose to this joke of a wrestler, right? That everybody likes to call a joke of a wrestler. Not everybody. Like 50% of the people that watch him think it's a fucking joke. The other people get it, they like it, they love it. It's a gimmick. But at the end of the day, bro, like Pac is one of your premier athletes. He's one of the best wrestlers you have. Like if I have to, I'm not going to say he's the best wrestler they have, but he's arguably top 3 in the company. Pound for pound in the ring. Top 3, top 5 for you maybe. For me, no,
10.
No, Pac.
Top 10.
Pac.
I thought I was hearing things for a minute.
Pac, no.
What?
Pac. If I said Orange, I apologize. Pac, man. Pac to me is like top 3, top 5 in the company. Like as a singles competitor. How do you make him lose to this guy? Like you're right. He shouldn't even. First of all, in my opinion, he shouldn't even be challenging for the match, because the only people that should be able to challenge from the map that are somebody that's born overseas. All right, Miro, for example, overseas kind of dude. Like what the fuck? What? Why? How did he even earn this title shot? Because he was bothering Pac for it? Now you can just earn title shots by bothering people?
Yeah, because we know your record and your ranking doesn't matter. That fake ranking system.
I guess, man. I guess Mustafa Ali saw Orange Cassidy doing, and then he tried it. He started bothering Bobby Lashley for a fucking title shot. Worked for him too. Except he lost his match. So what was the best thing we saw in wrestling this week, boys? What was the best moment of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?
Well, for me personally,
Well, I know you're going to say
congrats-
Grayson Waller or something.
Congratulations to Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. They are going to the main roster for one night. Roxanne Perez is Friday, Cora Jade is Monday.
Yeah, Gilch,
so
next week you're actually
check
going to
them
see
out.
them on Raw and SmackDown. They're going to be making their debuts.
Who are they going to jump? Who are they going to jump to?
I don't know. Rhea Ripley invited Cora Jade, and then well, I don't know who invited Roxanne Perez.
Should be cool.
Well, I'll say this. It's a smart move, and the reason they're doing it is because they're trying to get more eyes on NXT. So now they're going to show these two young ladies on TV and hopefully get some new fans to watch NXT. But next week's going to be interesting because it will be the first time in a long time that AEW is going head-to-head with NXT. So there's going to be a ratings war next week, a legitimate one. Obviously, NXT isn't Raw or SmackDown, but it's still WWE programming.
So, yeah. So I think for this week, what really stands out for me in wrestling is the fact that WWE is trying to sign Matt Taven, whose contract.
Yeah, I
ended
saw
in
that.
Impact,
We saw
and
him. We
that's
saw him right at Creative
That's
Pro.
a great look right there. I think they should sign him immediately. I would love.
I
for
heard
them
they're
to
signing
sign-
Bandito.
Well, I don't know about that, but I would love for them to sign Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis, but I would like them to use them right this time, not that whole lovey-dovey.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Brian Myers get a serious push in the WWE. He's big enough now. He got jacked. Let him come back and fucking. He can still
I think
wrestle.
I think I like him where he's at. The
I
most
think I like him
professional
where he's at.
wrestler.
Yeah.
gimmick.
And you
It's
know what else?
working, and it's good.
As crazy as this sounds, if they called him tomorrow, I don't think he says yes right away. I really don't. I think
And I
he's
would.
fucking. Yeah, I think he's loving life right now. He was there long enough that financially he should be more than well. He's put. And let's face it, he right now.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. If they call him right now and say you're gonna have a world title run by next June, you're gonna take the title off Sami Zayn, or you're gonna take the title off Cody Rhodes, or whatever they tell him, he's saying yes. He's not saying no.
Sure, but that's not happening.
Oh yeah.
Like you're not. You're coming here. We're gonna do what we want with you. Even if the money will probably be right because the money's always right there. I think he's like very fucking happy, man. Like the guy, like I see him on his Instagram. He's having a ball with his family, with his daughters. He's got his daughters in the ring at the school, fucking around. They're pumping talent out of there like it's a fucking machine right
No,
now.
absolutely. Its long-term payoff is going to be incredible. But what would you think if I told you the pay is only right for the men, though? What if I told you a lot of these women that are wrestling right now are getting severely underpaid still to this day? And this was actually a comment that Mickey James made on Busted Open today. Because I was listening to Busted Open and Wendy Richter was on. Do you guys know Wendy Richter? No? Wendy Richter was the women's champion at WrestleMania 1. All right? And she had a whole thing with Cyndi Lauper. Maybe you guys remember the Rock and Roll Express, Captain Lou Albano. It was a whole thing. Music videos, this and that. Anyway, Wendy Richter...
What's your question?
My question is this. Wendy Richter did a show, right, for MTV. She had a main event with some bullshit wrestler that screwed her for the title. And the wrestler that screwed her for the title was actually the Fabulous Moolah. And then she was dressed up as the Black Spider. She screwed her. She pinned her. She kicked out, but the ref still counted 3, and they just handed the title to Fabulous Moolah. And the reason they did this is because they tried to offer her a contract, and she didn't want to sign the contract because she thought she was not being paid enough. She said she was being paid like a third of what the first match was. Like, not the main event guys. The guys that have the first match of the night, she's getting a third of what they're getting. She said that literally all the money she made from WWF literally went to hotels, food, and transportation, but she was having so much fun she didn't care. Do you think that's fair? Do you think WWE should compensate her? Because she had 9 million people watch her show on MTV. Do you know how many people watched Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper on MTV?
I don't care.
9 million. 9 million.
Goes back. Person that's crying about.
She was in music videos. She was in music videos with Cyndi Lauper. She was the first one to work with a celebrity.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit
It's
if you
fucked.
with Madonna.
Listen, I don't know if the lady viewers are going to get a little angry with me, but This applies to all competition sports, combat sports. Men's sports create more revenue, more people watch, sells more merchandise than women. It is what it is. Like, you hear it all the time. WNBA, they're complaining about this.
Well, yeah, we know that.
They don't make 0.001% of what the NBA makes.
But is that the same for WWE though? Like, let's say, for example,
it is.
I mean, look, listen to this: Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and Becky Lynch. They were the first 3 women to main event WrestleMania. But the problem is, and this is what you're saying. You're saying is the people that showed up for that show didn't pay to see that match. They paid to see WrestleMania. That match just happened to be the last one on.
1,000%.
I agree with that because I actually left before. I left as Charlotte Flair was dropping down in the helicopter because it meant more to me to go home in a timely manner than to watch that match live.
Right, and sit trying to get out of there with 100,000 people.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It is what it is. Listen, if you poll a random 1,000 wrestling fans right now, men, women, even combined, and what would you rather see main event, and pick like the top tier women's match and pick like your top tier men's match, you know what the answer is going to be. It is what it is. It's dollars and cents. It's money,
But I still think that, they should be compensated a little more, especially if they're, selling merch and they're putting their bodies on the line nowadays. A lot of these women now, they're doing a lot of more high-risk things. And, like, for example, let's say NXT. Do you think it's fair that, like, a woman in the NXT roster is getting paid half of what a guy is, and they both have the same training?
The whole deal is this. I have a different concept. It's about you got to earn your money, all right? And I think we're all familiar with that.
Oh, that's fine. I get that, Jake.
I don't care if you're in an '80s video.
I'm not, dude. I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you if you think the people that start should have the same contract, though. That's all I'm saying.
No, you have to earn it because we've seen reality TV shows from WWF to WWE, and it shows you right there, point blank on video. These wrestlers earn their money. These NXT stars, these Adam Coles, these Samoa Joes, these Shayna Blazers, these Asukas, they had to earn their raises. They had to earn their money, and they were paid fairly. So I don't really care about someone that's either going to cry because, I take all these bumps and I'm not getting this and that. It makes no sense to me. I think you just have to earn it.
Do you know who the highest paid women's wrestler currently is in Vince McMahon's company?
Has to be Charlotte Flair.
Yeah,
It's not. It's Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
Annual salary, $3.1 million.
Because of the merch.
$3.1 million. And then highest earning in 22?
Well, obviously.
Who do you think is the highest earning wrestler in 2022? This answer will fucking shock you. It's not who you think it is.
I think I know who it is.
Number 2 will shock you even more.
I know who number 2 is. Number 1 is Roman, is it not?
No,
I'm gonna say Brock.
it's Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah,
number
Brock.
1.
And I think I know who number 2 is.
With how much you think he made in 2022?
6.
15 million.
What? Oh, no, that's everything. That's merch.
Yeah, everything. Number 2. You know who number 2 is?
I think I do know. I could be. He's definitely like 2, 3, or 4. It's Cody, right?
No. John Cena.
Yeah, he did have come
$13 million in generation of revenue.
That was just his new
Now, number 3 is Roman Reigns, sitting strong at $10 million. This one's the most shocking of all. Braun Strowman, number 4, with $8.5 million. $8.5 million.
Curious.
And the guy's only been on TV for a couple of weeks. But he was probably selling a lot of merch and probably fucking got paid a lot of money to come back. Seth Rollins, $7.5 million. Randy Orton with $7 million. Drew McIntyre with $6 million. And then Bobby Lashley with $4.5 million.
Good for him.
Undertaker, number 9, $3 million. Shit. Undertaker hasn't even been in there. He was on TV for the Hall of Fame. I mean, he got paid $3 million for one night of work. And then you have Dolph Ziggler, number 10. Dolph fucking Ziggler. If good for anybody, good for him. Dolph Ziggler last year this year, $2.5 million. $2.5 million. Dolph Ziggler, man. That's unreal.
Curious the salaries. Because I think that 2.5 is probably like close to 1.8, 2 million in salaries.
He has no merch sales. There's only one guy buying Dolph Ziggler shirts, and it's probably like his number one fan. He's probably made like $200 from t-shirts.
So,
trying to find the fucking salaries.
All right, man.
Salaries.
Let's have the last question of the night before we end the show, and I'm going to start it off for myself. Who's the one wrestler you want to see come back and have an immediate WWE Championship run in the next 2 years? And my answer is Bobby Roode.
I'm triggered just by you mentioning his name because you know how much I fucking love the guy.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Glorious!
That entrance. I mean, that guy, he comes out with that entrance into the ring.
I got to send you the video of me at my wedding.
You told me. I got to see that.
I got to send that to you.
You like we always say, you look at a guy, you say, all right, before the guy even gets in the ring or I've even seen him wrestle, when I look at this guy come out, enter the ring, entrance, stature, how he looks, can I see this guy holding a world title? And the answer with Bobby Roode is fuck yes. And I just don't, like, I was hoping when Trips came back, we'd at least see him back. I'm hoping we still might, because, I mean, I haven't heard anything about him. But, yeah, I'm going to go with you on that one, actually.
Well, I think Triple H is definitely a big Bobby Roode fan. For sure. And he knows what he's capable of. And it looks like they haven't given the Ric Flair gimmick to anybody just yet.
Yeah.
So
if you asked me this same question here the last week, my answer would have been Bray.
Okay.
When he's back. So.
Okay. How about you, Jay?
Man. What? Any wrestler?
Anybody, bro. Somebody that you like always wanted to get a fucking push, and it just never happened for him, man. My number 2 would be Elias.
My number 2 would be Cardona. I'll just throw that out there.
Okay, yeah, he's on my 5. He's on my 5. I would love to see Cardona come back to WWE and become the champion. It's like a fairy tale fucking movie. It's like a Disney movie, bro. They could literally make a movie off his whole life. He grows up the biggest WWE fan, psycho fan, going to all the shows, waiting for the wrestlers' hours in the fucking rain, playing with the toys, buying the merch, and then becoming a wrestler. When he had his moment at WrestleMania, when he became the IC champion in that ladder match, I was so happy for him, man. And I thought this was the start of the Ziggler era. The Zack Ryder era. Back then he was Zack Ryder. He wasn't fucking Cardona. Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. Damn, Jay, come on, give us 2 guys, man. So we can end this fucking show.
I'll say Juice Robinson.
Okay.
His Parker so-called gimmick.
Okay.
Another guy? Another guy who would come back and get a run.
Back in the day, I would have said my number. I would have said maybe Samoa Joe, too. Like, I wanted Samoa Joe to beat Brock Lesnar. I wanted them to put Samoa Joe on Brock's level. Like, you don't even understand what kind of impact that could have had on Joe's career. He could have started selling T-shirts maybe the next day. You know, he slayed Brock. He did this. I mean, look what it did for Seth's career. Seth came out first match of Mania, slayed the Beast, Beast Slayer. I mean, I bought the shirt. I bought the belt. I bought the plates. I got
another guy who's he's definitely not coming back. He's old, but a guy who was supposed to be slated to have a big run and it just collapsed. And that was Mr.
Anderson, yeah. Mr. Kennedy. But what do you want it to come back as Anderson or Kennedy? I liked him better when he was Kennedy.
Yeah.
I liked him as Anderson. I liked him in Impact a lot.
I have to watch more of his Impact. I think I missed a lot of his shit, man.
Oh, he was great. He had that asshole gimmick for that was like gold over there.
I just googled best wrestlers to never hold a title. None of these guys are still active, but this list I'm reading is pretty cool. Number 12, Wade Barrett. Number 11, William Regal. 10, Scott Hall. 9, Owen Hart. This is the world title on that.
I agree with all those, yeah.
8, British Bulldog, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I agree with that.
7 is Magnum TA.
That's old school, but yeah, if you were a fan of him, he was big time. Yeah, same like Dr. Death.
6 is Nikita Koloff.
Okay.
5 is Raven.
Raven. Wow.
4 is
I don't know if I agree with Raven, but I can understand it.
Mr. DiBiase.
Hell.
Funny.
DiBiase, yes. DiBiase, yes.
Here's a guy. This guy probably Jake Roberts, number 3. He's a guy that should have had a heel run.
Where's Piper?
Jake should have been the one to take it off.
You know what?
Ultimate Warrior.
I absolutely agree with these top 4. You got 4 DiBiase, 3 Jake Roberts, 2
Roddy Piper.
You could make Roddy 1, I'd be fine with that. And they have on this list number 1, Mr. Perfect. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, 100%. All those guys could have had title runs, man. I mean,
I got my number 2.
Who's your number 2?
Test.
I could see that with Triple H.
Would have been gold.
Well, the whole thing where Triple H stole his wife, and there was a lot of heat there. There could have been a real good storyline with that too, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened with Test. But you know, he left.
They could have lined it. Well, he was with the Alliance. They could have lined him up with Paul E, and that would have been gold.
Damn, bro.
Gold.
How good was the Ministry story though when it ended up being Vince McMahon under the hood?
Well, we all kind of knew it was him, right?
That shit was still sick though. putting his own daughter on a fucking cross, man, like some fucking Illuminati shit.
You remember when they were like hanging Gangrel off the outside ring apron with a rope?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know he almost died, right?
Probably, yeah.
He said that they didn't realize how tight they tied him. And when it looked like he was basically almost out on TV, it's because he was basically almost out. He couldn't get a breath for like 30 seconds.
Did you see the cage match where they fucking literally hanged Big Boss Man?
Yep.
That was like wild, man. Like I couldn't believe I was watching that. I thought they really killed this fucking man. This guy's fucking dead, man. Ah, man. I don't know. There's been a lot of moments over the years. The most shocking was obviously I think when Owen died. Like I was like, damn, what the fuck, man. Thank God we didn't get to see it. That would have been worse. That would have traumatized a lot of fucking kids if they didn't turn that camera away. I'll tell you that. Imagine the cameraman was just like checking his phone. I'll tell you this: if cell phones were a thing, that might have been on live TV because the cameraman might have been just checking his gram while he's doing the fucking camera, keeping it steady. Because that happened so quickly. How could you,
Can you imagine the Owen videos on YouTube as he's falling?
Oh man,
that would have been a love.
I'm surprised there isn't really a video of it. There were camera phones. They were really shitty.
What year was that? Fuck, I don't even know.
There had to be camcorders or something. Somebody had to be fucking something. There had to be. There was definitely camcorders back then. There was.
Yeah, but you couldn't bring recording shit. You couldn't bring stuff. You couldn't even sneak stuff in back then. It was the cameras were still big. Like you didn't even have like the handheld camcorders back then.
That's true.
That had to be what 1990.
They're so lucky that didn't happen in 2015.
Yeah, it had to be like 99.
If that happens today, like at least 100 people are getting a great shot of that.
You know what, bro? I'm going way too back. It's not as far back as I thought. It's closer to the year 2000, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he was in the Nation at the time when they started going back and forth with DA.
I don't even know how they continue with a fucking pay-per-view, man. Just the look on Jeff Jarrett's face, like he looked like he was done, bro. Just done, physically, mentally, done.
Like May 1999.
Done.
So we had flip camera phones back then, where you took a picture and then you looked at the picture for an hour trying to figure out what the fuck it was.
Yeah, no, I think there was camera phones, but they were just shitty, like real shitty. So you would just see like a fucking fuzzball coming down hard or something. Fuck, man, that was wild, man. I'm wondering, has anybody else ever died on TV that we don't know about? I think in Mexico, I heard about a guy getting kicked, and it was on some like. Syndicate network, over there.
Did it?
I remember.
Or didn't Rey Mysterio?
Guy.
Was it?
I think it was Rey Mysterio. Yeah.
I don't think he died, but I think Eddie.
He didn't die.
Eddie Guerrero had a heart attack on a SmackDown tag match. I think with JBL and someone else.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
It's funny that you bring up JBL.
It was with Eddie and Dudley's and JBL.
I remember JR had the heart attack on fucking Raw. That was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember him.
Not JR, Jerry the King Lawler.
The King.
All right, last question of the night, because we gotta go. So we're at an hour 39. I don't have to go. I mean, we could stay for as long as you want, but I was gonna ask about: would you rather see Baron Corbin be part of the Wyatt Six, or have his own storyline with JBL?
Wait, who?
Baron
I
Corbin.
would like to see him repackaged.
Would you rather see Baron Corbin become part of the Wyatt Six, or do you want to see him with JBL and start a whole new program with JBL?
Just repackaged.
Yeah, I agree.
What does that mean? So neither one of these stories, just like something different?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. That JBL happened like a month and change. It would have happened already.
No, not necessarily. They're taking him away for a while,
No.
and they're going to bring him back at the right time.
Repackage.
100% repackage, but he deserves a repackage. Corbin's another guy I would put on the list right now for active guys that deserve a run.
There's a lot of people that deserve repackaging.
Sami Zayn deserves a repackaging as well once he's done with this Russo fucking
Madcap.
nonsense.
Get rid of that Madcap name. Get rid of that shit.
Like, I want to see Sammy do his own thing because Sammy's so fucking talented, man. To be able to make all this shit so entertaining, and I mean shit. I don't care how much people love the bloodline and this. It's good shit, it is. But Sami Zayn's right now the only reason why the bloodline's even entertaining. He's carrying.
It really does make it's so funny.
He's carrying the whole fucking load with him, man. Roman doesn't do anything. He comes out, says the same thing literally every time he comes out on the mic.
What a job, huh?
Doesn't say anything. Paul Heyman comes out, says the same thing every time he comes on the mic. Like, you know. This Crown Jewel pay-per-view is going to be a fucking joke, bro. Who's winning, Lashley or Brock Lesnar? Who needs it more? I think Bobby's going to beat him.
Bobby.
Yeah, Brock doesn't need it. Brock doesn't really need anything anymore.
Brock's getting paid so much money, I don't think he'd give a fuck. He's probably going to make Bobby look like a god.
So, I've never been the biggest Bobby fan, but I can't deny, like, he's a hard worker. I mean, he's a fucking grinder. I mean, he really is. He deserves...
And from what I've heard, he's the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Brock doesn't need this.
Brock Lesnar's actually become so much cooler this time around. He's actually having fun showing up to shows. So every time we see Brock Lesnar, he's legitimately having fun. He's having a good time. He's hanging out with the boys in the back. You know, comes out, does his thing. He's probably going to have absolutely no problem making Bobby look good, bro. And I'll give it to Brock, man. He's still a great fucking wrestler. He's still a great worker. Guy gets in the ring. Every time he's in there, you're getting 110% of Brock Lesnar. He doesn't half-ass his matches. He doesn't half-ass his moves. He doesn't half-ass his entrance. He gives you all he has. And he's another guy that can still fucking go. I mean, he goes hard, bro. Brock Lesnar, man. But again, I've always mentioned this. I told this to Jay one time. Like, the only reason Brock Lesnar is because of who he is what his dad did to him, man. His dad made him a fucking... 16 years old. Gilch, I don't know if you knew this. 16 years old, after his wrestling matches in high school, his dad would force him to take ice baths. Like, and just stick him in the bathtub filled with ice and sit in there for like half an hour.
That's still not the craziest UFC training I've heard about.
No, I'm sure not. No, but he was a farm boy, bro. He's out there moving hay and doing this and fucking rolling tires, all that shit.
Did you guys ever watch YouTube videos of Khabib as a kid?
Oh, Khabib was in the snow.
No, not just in the snow. His father had him wrestling bear cubs.
Jesus Christ.
You could Google it. He's literally wrestling bears that are bigger than him. That's why when he fought McGregor, I don't want to get too far out.
It was a joke. It was a
When he
joke.
fought McGregor was doing his whole like intimidation thing. He's like, I grew up fighting bears. You think this fucking
Nah,
scares me?
Khabib, listen.
Are you kidding me?
If you want to get into that fight, Khabib was abusing him the whole time. Just talking shit to him. Always like, yo, you want to talk shit? Talk shit now. Talk shit now, motherfucker. Ah, fucking with him. McGregor would got whoop. McGregor did get bigger though. See, McGregor is a funny guy to talk about because I feel like we're gonna be saying his name one day a lot. He just has the personality to be a WWE superstar. Like, there's no way he can cut a promo. He can talk shit. He's notorious. He's famous. He'll come in, get a big money contract, big match. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Conor McGregor versus Logan Paul one day at WrestleMania. It really wouldn't surprise me. Eventually, he's not going to be able to do this UFC shit anymore. Eventually, that shit's going to have to stop. Only problem with fighters is they're like heroin addicts. That's the problem with fighters. They never know when to say enough is enough. And that's why you see a lot of these guys sometimes just get fucked up because they're in there way past their expiration date. It's still trying to fucking go. And you're asked the questions like, why did they give this guy a fight? He's done. What are we doing here? You know, like I never agree with that. When there's a fighter that is done, bro, and everybody knows he's done, why are we giving him a chance to go get some more fucking brain damage?
That's how fighters get hurt.
Yeah, that's how people get fucked up, man. That's how people's lives get fucked up.
They don't realize they're done. That's when they do it.
All right. Jay, did you know Jay hated the fight pit?
Yes, it wasn't the same fight pit.
Is that the only reason why? Because it wasn't the same fight pit?
Have you seen the structure? No, it wasn't the same. It was just a fucking cage match with a little ass fucking top. The top wasn't even that little. It was more bigger. And I'm talking about the whole platform. I'm not talking about the top. Just the platform was way bigger. And it was loose. It didn't have cage. It was just loose bars.
Yo, Gilch, every Tuesday, you know this guy makes fun of me about my NXT title? He makes fun of me because I don't have the new NXT title. The shiny one.
Savage, that belt does not exist anymore. Just please, just put it away. That's not the belt. Please.
I can't believe I almost let Velveteen Dream sign this.
That's a retro right there, bro. I just bought it too. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is my favorite one, man.
You know you bought too many belts when the 25% discount gives you $850 off your shopping cart.
So how many belts did you end up buying, man? You psycho.
I bought.
He's like, I bought 6.
I gotta get the room started now.
Did you tie up with me already?
Say it again.
Did you tie me already? I'm gonna have 6 after 2 days from now.
Yeah, I think so. So I went.
Wow, Gil's tied up.
The current WWE title belt, the wing of the eagle, the old NXT, the NWO spray paint, hardcore, spinner, and Stone Cold Smoking Skull.
Not bad, man. Not bad. I definitely want to do something with that hardcore title. Yo, Jay, I was talking to Gilch earlier about it. Jay, can we have a hardcore match? Like, obviously, I won't hurt you. Everything will look real, but feel fake. You down?
If you want to go. If you want to go.
Jay, how good was I at giving power drivers and power bombs? Did I ever hurt you?
Pretty dead. I was hurt a few times.
Well, that was your own fault, though, because, this kid went bouncing, and then he slammed his foot into a steel chair like an idiot. I didn't hit him in the steel chair. I put him through a table, and then he bounced, and the way he bounced, he just, slammed his foot against the chair mad hard. And then you just see this kid, in pain, bro, holding his leg, screaming and shit. Yo, Gutch, I wish we would have had all that shit on camera. Me and this guy used to wild out, bro. Power drivers, suplexes. Damn, man. Damn. I don't know. Shit was wild, man. Were you there, Jay, when I pedigreed Dave at WWF New York, and I almost killed him? Yeah. Gilch, I almost killed Dave once. He took a pedigree.
Ever throw anybody through a table?
What's up?
Ever throw anybody through a table?
Yeah, Jay.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, my cousin let me throw him through a table as well. That was fun.
That, of course. That's always the best.
How was it taking it, Jay?
The craziest thing I ever did when I first started wrestling, me and my boy in the wrestling school, we were 14 years old. We had just started wrestling 6 months before this, and boys will be boys and be crazy. We went on Steinway Street in Astoria, and we started having a match in the middle of the street, and there was cars at the red light, and I suplexed him on one of the cars. And then the guy in the car, he looked so scared. He drove out, when my friend rolled off the car, he just drove out of there, even though his shit was all dented. Wild shit we used to do. We used to go to the Burger King, and we would go in Burger King, take all the ketchup packets, and then we'd go to 38th Street Park, and all the moms were there with their strollers, playing with their kids on the playground, and then 4 or 5 wrestlers would come in there and just start having a Royal Rumble with ketchup packets in their hand, and it looks like blood's flying everywhere, and we were just beating the fuck out of each other. And all you would see, this sticks in my mind. I remember all the moms just running away with the strollers, screaming.
Can't blame you.
Oh, man. I hope when I die, God tells you, here's the remote control for your DVR. And everything that you've ever seen in your brain is, you could watch it at any point. Because I got some highlights, man, that are not on film, unfortunately. I know Jay has been witness to some of my craziness over the years. Jay definitely has memories he doesn't talk about. That's for sure. Wait, Jay, you were there that time I passed out at the wrestling bar, right? When I took 31 shots at 151?
That'll do it.
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't there when I leg dropped Dave? Dave was there. Dave was the one that helped.
Bro.
Yeah.
No, I can't even.
Bro.
Yeah.
Back in the day, sure, we started nights off with 2 shots of 151 or whatever else, but I can't even smell
Oh, no.
If I get a whiff of it, like I might, like I get it, like if
I'll turn into the biggest little bitch you've ever seen if you pull out some 151 right now. I want nothing to do with 151 in the baddest way. Nothing to do with it. I did enough of it. No. This was the night that Hulk Hogan won the world championship from Triple H, Gilch. And I was already very wasted, but the kid thought he could have more shots than him. The crazy thing is I think Jay actually knows this kid. He went to the same high school. His name was Spiro. And he challenged me to drink off, and I beat him. I had 31 shots. He stopped at 30. But literally after the 31 shot, I was gone. I blacked out. But yeah, I leg dropped Dave, and the kid told me, he's like, "Yo, dude, you jumped like 5 feet in the air, man. Like, and you just leg dropped the shit out of that kid." yeah, I did. Yeah, that was good times, man. Wrestling back then was different though. Like, I remember being so excited about those WWF pay-per-views, like when they were coming on, man. Every month, man. Sometimes I remember we all used to chip in, you know, if I didn't have money that month. Most of the times my mom was cool and she let me order it, you know what I mean? Because back then it was just, you put it on the cable bill. So, you know, you kiss mom's ass a little bit, you know, she'll order it for you. You know, she never fucked with me for the Royal Rumble and she never fucked with me for WrestleMania. You know? Because she knew those were special to me. But for all the other pay-per-views, even SummerSlam and Survivor Series, she would bitch at me. Like, oh, you gotta watch this shit every month, goddamn. The fuck up and order the pay-per-view. Order it. Can you believe we used to pay $50 for these things, Gilch?
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the same thing. I had a friend on my block, and we would just rotate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
Watch it on a little TV screen, the old square TVs.
That's why I was genuinely shocked when even McMahon came out and started talking about, like, you know, the WWE Network, $9.99. I was like, damn, pay-per-views are only $9.99 now? That's like, wow, these fans don't even know how good they fucking have it. You know? $9.99 and you're getting so much content every week. You know, that's the other thing. You're only paying, let's say, $10 a month for the Peacock Network now.
And you've got unlimited time. If let's say you're a guy,
if you're a new fan
and all that, oh my god, the amount of content you have.
If you're a new fan and you actually really enjoy getting into it and watching the old stuff, bro, like the amount of content you have to watch, all the WCWs, all the Raws, the SmackDowns, the pay-per-views, and then just like the countless specials they have, like this, like probably 1,000 of them, if not fucking more, man. I mean, and you know what's crazy? This isn't even probably like a tenth of what they actually have in the vaults. They have content from the 60s, from the 70s, from the WWF. Vince has all the videos, and he's very protective. And I believe they're called Titan Sports back then. This was Vince McMahon Sr. He ran Titan Sports. He has all the footage, bro. My man has Bruno's career on tape. Like everything. He has Buddy Rogers' career on tape. I know, you know, you probably guys don't know a lot about Buddy Rogers, but to the right 50,000 people, they would probably pay a lot of money to see all those matches again. I don't know what they're saving them for, but anyway. We'll see. Anyway, I guess we're done for the week, right? We'll be back on Monday. There's no pay-per-views this weekend, thank God. We don't do Fridays anymore. So if you're a fan of the show and you miss our Friday show, say something in the comments and I'll consider bringing it back. But until then, no. No, why? Jay's never here. Gilch, on Fridays, Gilch is like 50-50. Wednesday, he's like, I would say 97% most of the time.
I'm more like 65-35 on Friday. But the problem is on Friday. The problem is on Friday is I don't always have time to.
Yeah, no, I can't even blame you, bro. Who can keep up with all this shit? That's why for me too. That's why I was like, it's not like I'd rather enjoy it on Friday and not have to report on it or talk about it or whatever. We get a nice long break and we give people 3 days of wrestling a week. You know, we break down everything. There's nothing to talk about anymore. We gave you 2 hours of content right now. Just like the WWE Network giving you content. That's what we do. Anyway, this has been Wrestling with Savage, episode 100, whatever the fuck, and we'll be back on Monday night. Everybody have a great week. God bless. And I can't wait to see Bret Hart. And I can't wait to see him sign my Winged Eagle title. Gilch has 6 titles coming. Jay, hopefully you're buying the title tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
Gap belt.
Gap belt, baby. Yeah, he's the Gap champion. God damn it. But at the end of the day, Jay...
Get one of the custom belt buckles, like the Brahma Bull belt buckle on that thing.
I'm gonna take a look.
I already told Jay, man, he could be. He needs to play. What's his name? Who did I tell him he looks like that he could play?
That 25% sale is over though.
Oh man, it's over. Of course, it's over. Anyway, at least Jay and Gilch, they're here more than what Dave does. Dave has been 0% lately. Hopefully that changes when he gets back to Texas. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Crittext, and make sure you're following on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that bullshit. wrestlingwithsavage.com. Everybody have a good night and enjoy your week. Take care.
Amazing. And I just want to say, you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.